Welcome to the 5th episode of PTV. Korea is slowly transforming into beautiful shades of red and orange. This is Junior Jenny.
And this is Senior Jenny. Yes, it's already November, but for some, this might mean hibernation.
Yet the KIS student body still blazes forward with students participating in Seoul, an international Model United Nations conference, and enjoying some fun by participating in the Student Council-sponsored Halloween contest.
Jenny, why are you so packed up in clothes?
Because it's so chilly already. I have to dress up to avoid catching a cold.
Well, I have a solution for you. Do you know a place that provides comfort, warmth, and resources for education here at KIS? The library. Daniela, Shelley, and Haben are going to take us around for a look.
Dr. Seuss once said, "The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you go."
Most of us know that our school has a huge library located on the second floor of the main building. It is filled with vibrant colors of books, magazines, newspapers, and online resources. But do we really make good use of these?
I like the library because it's a great place to stay and study.
I come to the library about 5 times a week. I think this is a good place to study and to socialize.
I come to the library 3 times a week to do my homework and study.
I think the library is a comfortable place to study.
Well, it seems like most students use the library to study during lunch or after school, to print school assignments, or to socialize with friends. But what we often forget is that the main purpose of our school library is to borrow and read books, either for personal pleasure or for learning and research. We interviewed Mr. Anderson, our new librarian, who gave us an explanation about how to make better use of our school library.
I think the kind of library I want is different than what we traditionally think of with libraries. I think we can be really old-fashioned and think of libraries as a place for books, and the librarian just says, "Here are books for you, enjoy." And I think what I want our library to be is a resource for everything that students need. When we talk about literacy, it's not just about reading books, it's about how to read websites, how to read different databases, how to store information, how to dig through all of the stuff that's out there. It's not so much about the physical space of the library, but it's knowing what resources are best. Sometimes a book is better than an electronic resource, and that's where a librarian comes in.
As students of KIS, we are extremely lucky to have access to all these helpful resources. A comfortable, welcoming, and resourceful library allows us to have authentic learning experiences, improve academic achievements, and enhance our reading and writing skills.
So next time you decide to visit the library, pick up a book and read.
Thank you, girls. Now I know where I can study this winter.
Jenny, have you been paying close attention to the news these days? The U.S. presidential election happened yesterday.
If the fierce battle between Obama and Romney occupied your attention till now, stop and listen for Michelle, Christine, and Christine. Let's discover just how politically savvy KIS students are about the upcoming Korean presidential election.
KIS students have a vision of becoming world leaders, and many of them are already getting prepared to explore and lead the world, as shown by students involved in activities such as MUN, Student Council, and other international organizations. In order to become such leaders, students need to be aware of what is happening around the world today, and this kind of global awareness can be attained through the study and interest in politics. Even at KIS, a mock political system exists. Students elect the president, and the officers of the Student Council get selected through the students' votes. The Student Council itself also represents a political system in that the group listens to the voice of students and is concerned with the affairs of the people within a particular body. As you may already know, there are 2 main presidential candidates for the election in America, Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. President Obama is advocating for more investment in the manufacturing industry, as well as an increase in healthcare programs. Former Massachusetts Governor Romney proposes a 5-point plan that would achieve energy independence, more focus on education, and support for businesses. Here in Korea, we have 3 presidential candidates, Park Geun-hye, Moon Jae-in, and An Cheol-soo. Park is known for her focus on welfare. Moon has recently vowed to renegotiate a free trade agreement with the US, and An introduced a 7-point economic plan, which includes a framework for labor reform.
We're here to interview Jacob, a student who shows a keen interest in everything political.
In terms of how much KIS kids know about politics, I think it really depends on what area of politics you're talking about. For example, I think some Korean kids, they know more about Korean politics than they do American politics because of, you know, it's relevant to their interests, and because, you know, particularly because we're in Korea. But I think generally people don't know as much about politics as they should. In terms of American politics, however, I think there's a nice mix of people who do know about American politics, and on the other hand, there's a large group of people who don't and probably don't care. Why is it important to learn about politics? There's so many issues that are directly connected to every aspect of daily life that it's really important to know what's going where and what's going what direction.
Although students are very busy with their academics and social life, there is no doubt that being updated on what is happening around the world is very crucial. So for those of you who are ambitious to become global leaders, be sure to keep yourself informed about politics. This is Christine, and Michelle. Back to you, PTV.
Trick or treat! On the 31st of October, KIS students from elementary to high school raided their mother's makeup and transformed themselves into little monsters.
Spooky.
Jenny, Hannah, and Andres will give us the scoop on the Halloween contest.
Last week on October 31st, the Student Council held the first annual KIS Halloween costume contest. The contest included a variety of costumes ranging from adorable characters to horrifying monsters. Many students dressed up, showing their school spirit. Each contestant was given a score out of 10 by 3 judges, Mr. Longdren, Mr. Fitzgerald, and Mr. Karsh. After a long discussion between the judges, the winner of this contest was chosen. The realistic scars on her face caught the judges' attention. Although only one person walked away with the prize, the event provided KIS students time to laugh with their friends and celebrate Halloween. This is Jenny, Hannah, and Andres. Back to you, Phoenix.
Fearless, bold, and diplomatic, the KIS MUN participants joined the 2012 Seoul Conference last week at Yongsan Blue Square.
Students all around Asia came together to engage in fierce debate and policymaking.
Our very own PTV crew members made up this year's SoTV, the official broadcast team for the event, whose responsibility was to prepare special news packages that summarize what happened at the conference.
I'm the delegate of United Kingdom, South Africa,
Ghana,
Chile,
Portugal, Tonga,
Australia,
Republic of Korea,
Colombia,
Cuba, Germany,
France, China,
Morocco, Pakistan, South Sudan,
and this is Psalm 15.
Over the past few days of the Seoul Conference, we have encountered many delegates who had a passion to develop a genuine voice, engage in global issues, and improve the world we live in. Behind the scenes, Secretary General Sang Hyun and the organizing director, Mr. Dixon, worked tirelessly to ensure the participants have had the best opportunity to have a good experience. We had time to catch up and hear their thoughts.
Well, I think Seoul is a good experience because it's unique in that it attracts perhaps arguably the finest delegates in Asia.
That's one thing that I hope that they take away is the importance of learning through diplomacy to be ambassadors of, I guess, goodwill, but also just to know that resources aren't just unlimited, that there's a lot of discussion and debate that goes into, where those things get placed.
I've seen that the delegates, the quality of the debates are better than the ones I've seen in overseas conferences most of the times.
We mention a lot in the speeches, the opening speeches, and delegates are getting up to do their opening speeches, is this idea that the issues themselves that are being discussed are real issues, and so I think the UN tries to do the complicated work of resolving a lot of complex problems, and I think it's really good to, even in a simulated environment, to just look at all of the real world complications that are very much affecting the globe.
What was your favorite moment for the last few days of Seoul?
Favorite moment? Well, planning a conference like this is very busy, and I think ultimately this is a student-led conference, and being able to walk in and just see how effective all the students are doing what they do, it just really inspires me and fills me with a lot of hope for the future.
My favorite moment from Somun was probably just sitting back in one of the forums and listening to the delegates debate. That really made me realize what sort of opportunity Somun was giving for these delegates.
How do you think MUN provided you with a voice?
I think it really gave me that opportunity to just project my own views and my opinions.
What would you like to say to the students who participated in this year's Somun?
I guess I'd like to say, after MUN said and done, I just really hope that all of you are just more and more passionate about going out into the world and keeping current with what's going on in the world, but also just staying positive and optimistic.
Even if they don't make that many speeches, I hope they can at least take away a commitment to start thinking critically about what's happening around the world and start thinking about how they could perhaps change how things stand at the moment.
Although the debates were very serious, lighter discussions were being had between old friends, while new friendships were forming through Facebook. Thank you everyone for being the link in creating a better world. This is Jenny from So TV.
Next week, on the 15th and 16th of November, the KIS drama students will present their high school theater production, The Importance of Being Earnest, written by Oscar Wilde, stars Jenny, Ara, Jacob, and Jaehyun. Don't miss this opportunity to see our very talented cast take the stage in the Performing Arts Complex. The doors will open at 6 o'clock p.m., and the tickets sold at the door on the night will cost 5,000 won. Thank you for joining us for this episode on PTV.
Next time, we look forward to bringing you a story on a featured teacher.
Who?
You'll just have to see. And a great story on our trip to Thaimu.
So until then, keep flying, Phoenix!